words mountains or mountain because mountains or mountain is already in the name. Of course, many other mountain ranges exist in the world. A few of these are the Appalachian Mountains in the eastern North America, the Alps in the central Europe, the Pyrenees in between Spain and France, and the Atlas Mountain across northwestern Africa. I have noticed that mountain ranges sometimes form natural boundaries between the nations. And ACE, for example, the Pyrenees France, separate France from Spain, and the Alps separate Switzerland from Italy. The locations of mountains was a major factor in the migration, settlement, and the separation that helped individual countries develop and maintain their identities. I see that many of these mountains are shaped differently. Several different types of mountains must exist. Five different types of mountains can be found on Earth, actually. They are fold, volcanic, dome, fault block, and plateau mountains. With a puzzle, you said mountains can, I said mountains can be folded. Mountains are made of rock, and mountains rocks are usually very hard. Why did these rocks not break? Usually, a rock that has much force applied to it will break. However, in some places, Earth's crust is folded or wrinkled, somewhat like a rug wrinkles when you push the edge of it with your foot. Once, my parents and I were on a trip, and we stopped by an old cemetery. Some of the headstones were over 150 years old in the middle of the cemetery. We saw an old headstone that was slightly bent because probably the only force pulling down on the headstones was gravity, which over a period of time causes the headstones to bend. Gravity can cause a thin rock stratum to bend in a short period of time. However, forces within the earth will fold thick rock strata if the rock strata are soft and flexible. Rock strata become soft and flexible when they are extremely hot or when they are saturated with water. Can you think of a time when many of Earth's rocks have been saturated with water? During the flood. That is correct. Job 12:15 says, Behold, he God withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. This verse could refer to many geological changes that took place during and after the flood. Horizontal pressure pushing from opposite sides of the flexible rock strata caused the flexible strata to bend and fold. Added, such a fold in the Earth's crust can be relatively short in length, or it can extend for many miles. Excuse me. Receding waters that flood rapidly removed sediment from the folds and formed small ravines that became large canyons. Folded strata can be seen in the ravines and canyons of folded mountains. Various forces of erosion are shaping rugged, fold mountains even today. That is correct, Reginald, continued Bill. Fold mountains are somewhat like the ups and downs of a roller coaster. The Juru Range on the French-Swiss border, the Caucasus Mountains in Russia, and the Appalachian Mountains in the United States are fold mountains. Volcanic and dome mountains are far beneath Earth's surface, scattered deep beneath Earth's crust, are pockets of magma. When the magma encounters a weak spot, this spot in the crust and pressure builds up, the magma erupts into Earth's surface. Magma that has erupted is called lava. Also, lava cools and it immaculates, hardens, and forms a volcanic mountain.